Hi, my name is Holly Lavoie, and I am the Program Coordinator for South Carolina INBRE. And I'd like to tell you about some of our pilot projects and the Launch Award. So our pilot projects are for a one-year duration, which will span September 1st, 2025 to August 31st, 2026. There are no no-cost extensions, which means that the funds must be spent during that time period. We have three types of pilot projects for faculty. These include our Cures, Launch, and BIP awards. I'd like to go into detail a little bit more about our Launch awards. Some very important dates for you are Monday, March the 3rd, 2025. This is our letter of intent deadline. There's a letter of intent link on our funding pages on the INBRE website where you will submit your information for the letter of intent. What we need is a descriptive title of your proposal and up to 4 sentences describing the topic area. We're really interested to know that the project involves biomedical sciences, and this helps us organize our reviewers in advance. The second deadline will be the due date for the proposal. That will be April the 4th, 2025 by 5 p.m. You'll also submit a complete proposal through the SC INBRE website. Your proposal needs to be complete with all of the required pages collated into a single document, and the cover sheet should be signed by your institutional official. This year, we will have 4 pilot projects for faculty at our primarily undergraduate institutions and 3 for faculty at our comprehensive research universities. I'd like to tell you about our Launch pilot projects. These provide faculty with the opportunity to generate new data for grant submission or to generate that key piece of data they need for a grant resubmission to respond to reviewers. Key aspect here is that the topic must fall under biomedical research because our funder is NIH. South Carolina INBRE has several topic areas shown here that we're particularly interested in, but the Launch pilot project allows for flexibility in the topic area. Key feature of all of our faculty pilot projects is that they must involve students in their research and training students in their research. This can be undergraduate students or graduate students, depending on the type of student that your university has. It can also be postdoctoral fellows, which are typically at our comprehensive research institution. A description of how these students will be trained should be part of the application. So the budget is $15,000 for up to 1 year. So you want to make your budget for 1 year only. And there is the possibility of a second year of funding with a competitive renewal. A competitive renewal would undergo the same review process as the initial application. The best place to learn more about our SC INBRE pilot projects is our scINBRE.org website. At the top of the website, under the Funding tab, you will see the DRPP-RP tab and the DRPP-PP tab, which is the tab for pilot projects. If you click on that tab, it will take you to the website with additional information about eligibility and preparation of your proposal. This is also the site that has the letter of intent link and your proposal application link. There's also a series of form pages that you will need to complete your application, including the cover sheet. Further down on the web page, you will see additional information about eligibility, which you should look over before applying, and the proposal preparation instructions tell you all the elements that need to be in your application and has the additional form pages needed, including the biographical sketch form, which needs to be completed by the applicant and any other key personnel. Also, you will find the page limits. Please pay attention to the page limits. For the research strategy, there can be up to 6 pages. You do not need to use all 6 pages. If you can effectively communicate your project within 4 or 5 pages, that's fine. But you'll have up to 6 pages for that. There's also information here about vertebrate animals. Bottom of the website, there's an additional tab that will give you information about what is considered human subjects research. Because this is a 1-year project, human subjects research is not allowed. However, you might have human samples, cells, or even data that is not considered human subjects research. In order to determine this, you can go to that Human Subjects Information tab on the pilot project page. At the link under that tab, there's a worksheet with a flow chart that will allow you to determine if your samples or data are considered human subjects research. And if they're not considered human subjects research, then they are okay for this proposal. Your research project might also involve vertebrate animals. And if your project does involve vertebrate animals, you will need to have a protocol that is approved by your institutional IACUC. If you don't already have an animal protocol that is approved for the work by an IACUC, you should be submitting that animal protocol as soon as possible. If you are recommended for funding, you will need to submit the IACUC approval letter to the INBRE office by July 18th, 2025. So you might be wondering what happens to your application after it's submitted. There is an initial screening by the South Carolina INBRE Administrative Corps to make sure all the elements are within the grant application. Then it is sent out to a panel of scientists for review. And these reviewers will get a score sheet where they can make comments and give it a score according to the NIH scoring scale. Usually there are 3 reviewers. Once those reviews are complete, my office collates that information and sends it to our SC INBRE External Advisory Committee, where they review the reviewers' comments and do their own reviews. They will make their recommendations for funding based on those applications with the highest scores. Once the External Advisory Committee makes their recommendation, you will be notified by Dr. Edie Goldsmith, SC INBRE Program Director, as to whether your application is recommended for funding or not. If it's recommended for funding, then it needs final approval by NIH. If you have general questions about the application process, formatting documents, or forms, please contact our business manager, John Clarkson, at this email address shown here. If you have additional questions about applying, such as whether your topic is biomedical or not, please feel free to contact me at the email address below. Good luck with your proposal.